to tell you something. You, yes, you're special. Yes, you are. I'm talking to you. Yes, you are. Even though your whole life people have put you down, they haven't admitted that you're awesome. They haven't acknowledged your talent. You've had people be mean to you and hurt you, betray you, beat you, pummel you. You've led your life in fear of the outdoors, fear of the unknown, fear of getting hurt, of going in the water, in the ocean, in the ponds, of dirt and dust, and of people, afraid to be around people, afraid to take opportunities to speak up, to say what you think and how you feel, to show your brains, to fear to succeed, afraid to seem like you think too much of yourself, afraid to fail, afraid that people are going to think that, you're haughty, that you are just a show-off, afraid to show how smart you are, afraid to use words that no one you've ever grown up with uses, afraid of what others will think when they hear your wild ideas, afraid what people are going to think when you tell them all the things you see, you hear, you know, because what are they going to think about you? You spent your life people-pleasing. You spent your life keeping your lips shut. You've spent your life getting angry, yelling, fighting. You spent your life having to defend yourself, or just not defending yourself and just letting yourself get walked all over. You spent your life thinking you're just no good, that you're not beautiful, that you have an awful body, that you feel uncomfortable in your body, that you don't fit in your body, that you don't belong here on earth, you don't belong in your family group, you don't belong with your friends, you don't belong anywhere. Like, where do I belong? And then we isolate ourselves. We stay alone. It's easier. If we're with people, then we're scared of what are we going to say. And then, what if we say the wrong thing? And they're going to think we're weird, and they're going to reject us, and we're going to get ridiculed. So it's easier to just stay by ourselves. Who needs that hassle, right? Do you relate to any of this? Do you feel like you've never fit in anywhere? Right now, the world is going through such a difficult, it's a good thing, but it's challenging because we're trying to strip away our old self, the self that's been around our whole life. And for me, it's getting close to 50 years. October, I'll be 49. And trying to let that go, the conditioning, the beliefs that we've had our whole lives about us, about our family, about our brains, about who we are. We've been sold so many lies, so much conditioning, things that we started as a child. We begin thinking this is bad and this is wrong and we're wrong and there's something wrong with us, and we label ourselves. I use labels just because that's like what we know, like to try to understand, like neurodiversity, ADHD. But you are special because your mind is brilliant and you are operating in another frequency. I have been meeting everywhere I go, old souls, empaths, starseeds, psychics, intuitives, very, very amazing, creative people that think outside the box. They're not thinking in this little box. My whole life, I grew up with this. This is it. That's all I saw. Everything out here was wrong. Everything out here was wrong. This little bit is right, and everything else, black and white, pigeonhole thinking. It was a painful way to live, but I didn't know I lived that way because I was conditioned my whole life. I was a people pleaser. I was trying to always be good, like this is good and this is bad and this is good, so I couldn't fully live, and my heart was shut down. So I was mean, and I was like, I didn't know how to handle my emotions. And when your heart is shut down, you can't live a full, happy life. You can't love yourself. You can't love another, not fully. And so we want to love. We have this within us. We have this great love, but it's hard to show it. So this is where right now we're all having to integrate our shadow. So I realized today the shadow of someone who's really, really rigid and controlling and hard exterior, tough. They're so tough. Their shadow is gentle and kind and loving and nurturing, all of the things that are light. So it's hard to embrace that because the fear of looking weak, the fear of seeming like you're too sensitive. Oh, when you were a kid, you probably were like, toughen up, stop being a baby, don't cry, boys don't cry, you need to be tough, girls, stop crying, what a sissy, whatever. So you hide it. I'm not gonna let anyone see that side of me. Nope. Or you're super sensitive and you're tender and you shy away from speaking your truth and you shut up, and you let people walk all over you. You're a people pleaser. You just retreat and you fear and you hide and you just shut down, bury your head in the sand, just like, okay, whatever, just let everyone walk all over you, let everyone do what they want. So then our shadow, and I have been on both sides. I've been on the really aggressive, hard, mean side, but I had the soft inside. And then now I am more into the softer side. And so I have to embrace my more strong side, which you could say is sort of the masculine, feminine side, to balance the two. So for us, when we're into this softer side, this more gentle, nurturing, caring, loving side, we have to be able to do the things we have to do, to be able to stand up for ourselves, to be able to go forward with purpose and passion and drive. We have to embrace the dark side, which is more of the masculine, and not that it's wrong, the masculine dark side. It's all a balance, and the part we need to know is there's nothing wrong with either side. We just have to find the good balance, the good parts of the light and the dark, and then choose the most appropriate responses on both sides, the most appropriate and healthy ways to express these two. And then once we can express these two, we can be in balance. So when you get to this point, when you are balanced like this, and I've been meeting people all over, people that are having awakenings, that are on different points in their journey of awakening, and as you become more balanced, it can be very triggering to those who are still really unhealed and have not balanced that out. We're a reflection of all the things that they don't want to see in themselves. So that's why it can be difficult as you're awakening. And you want to find your soul family. And once you get ready enough, God's going to bring in your soul family so you can find the people who resonate with you, and you won't feel so alone, and you can talk freely with them and be open and honest. And it's very joyful. It's been wonderful meeting all of you. It's been great.